This is Friday's Flavor, a show about entrepreneurship in New York. Every Friday, I interview a different business owner or not for profit. We talk about what inspired them, what challenges they faced, and their number one tips and tools to doing business in the Big Apple. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that notification bell. Happy Friday! Welcome to Friday's Flavor, everybody. It is your girl JoJo coming at you from Schenectady, New York. Hit the subscribe button to support New York businesses and non-for-profits. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with my new good friend, Donna Jill Mintz of Donna J Skincare. She is based in New York City, and you are going to love what she does. It is phenomenal. The service is so crisp and so fresh and so specialized to you. I love it. And I'm going to let Donna just introduce herself and give us a little background on who you are.
Hi, thanks for having me. Who am I? That's deep.
The hardest question to answer.
You know, I'm just somebody who was getting older and didn't like what she saw on her face and decided to take matters into her own hands. And when it worked, I started a company. I
That's awesome.
started a skincare company.
And Donna J Skincare is the name of her brand. And this is something that I love about what you do is you make it all yourself. It's all in-house. Nothing is outsourced.
Now, I have total control, start to finish, of of every single batch. I don't let anybody else, well, people who work with me, but I don't outsource to anybody else. I know exactly where all my ingredients are coming from. They're coming from the specific suppliers that I have chosen, and I see it through start to finish.
Yes, that's great. And that's a big difference, a difference maker between yourself and other companies. A lot of other companies are, they're into natural, holistic care, but they outsource their ingredients. They outsource the supplier from that, and the person who they're getting that supply from, they've outsourced it. So you just don't really know where anything's come from or how it was made. And why don't you talk a little bit about the products that you offer?
We have a handful of products. We started with serums, oil-based serums. Actually, my first one was Recover, an anti-aging serum that I just hit it out of the park with. But that never happened again. So we have three high-performance oil-based serums to just really help your skin be healthy and reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and help with collagen and elastin, which just kind of we lose when we get older. We have a couple of products that I refer to as targeted, meaning one is for scarring if you have any acne scars on your skin, or if you have any hyperpigmentation. Some women get it when they're pregnant, but also it's usually oxidation from sun damage. And we have an amazing anti-aging mask that if I do say so myself, I'm pretty impressed with. We have an oil cleanser, exfoliant. So we run the gamut.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you know what I liked off of your website? The facial in a box. Facial in a box. Yes to that, because who's going to the salon right now and really getting a facial? Like, you're brave.
Right. True. Yeah. So people used to ask me what I do for myself. And I mean, I'm 56 years old and my skin looks pretty damn good, if I say so myself.
Yep. Yes, girl.
People ask me all the time what I do. And I give myself a facial every single week. I really take care of my skin. It is my me time. I stop work on Fridays and I have my self-care. and it is my mask. And so what I did was I put in a box, a facial in a box, start to finish, everything you need, from cleansing, exfoliating, a steam tea that's going to open your pores and infuse your pores with just yummy nutrients, potent nutrients, the mask itself. And then I'm also just released an ampule, which people have been referring to as a facial in a bottle. And that is the finishing touch of our facial. So
I love that. I'm so excited to try that.
I'm sorry?
What did you say?
We even give you a headband.
Oh my gosh. You know, me and my headband all the time. I love that. That mask, like I'm super excited to try it. I saw that I'm going to order the facial in a box. You guys check out her website, Donna J Skincare. Oh my gosh. That is so worth it, because when you go to get a facial, it's big bucks, people. And I'm not about going into a salon right now. You know what's, and you got to be careful about what salons you go to. Okay, I had no idea, but my husband he paints for a living, right? And he told me, he said, I've painted the insides and outsides of a lot of salons in the New York area. Don't go. That's what he told me. He's like, don't go. And I'm not going to name names. Okay. But you should ask them how clean they are, seriously, before you set an appointment, because he's told me some horror stories about stuff that he found, because he works in these places for weeks at a time. And he said one in particular that was really bad. He said, I went back there week after week, and the same garbage that was like the little bits of garbage that were on the floor in the bathroom were always there. It's like they never washed the bathroom. And I was like, oh my God, stop right now. He was like, oh yeah. And I had been to that salon before, so I was like, why? So I'm excited about the facial box because I don't have to go to a salon to get it. And who doesn't love like do it yourself at home? Like, what inspired you to start your skincare line? Like, what was the real fire behind it? Like, I know you said that your skin was, your initial target, but then you made it into a profitable business. Like, how was it just because like you were like, well, if it worked for me, I'm telling everybody in the world about it?
Well, I created this one serum, which is now our Recover, which kind of just after all my research and putting it together, and this never happens, but it just worked. Everything about it just worked. It doesn't leave your skin oily. It absorbs, it leaves your skin looking dewy and fresh. And then it reduced the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And I went to lunch with a very good friend of mine that we just couldn't get ourselves together for a couple of months. So she hadn't seen me, and we sit down and she looks at me and she goes, and she's looking and I'm like, what's going on? She goes, did you get refreshed? And in girl code, that's a facelift.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Did you get refreshed? Meaning, did I have a facelift? I was like, me? Like, no. And she said, your skin looks amazing. And I went home and I thought about it, and I was in a place in life where I knew I needed to make a change. I knew I needed to find a new career. And I call her and I go, listen, I've told you about what I've been doing, and would you be interested in trying it? And she said, how long do you want me to try it? I said, well, if you see results, why would you ever want to stop? And she's like, you're right. So I met her again on Thursday. On Sunday, I get a text message saying, I need to talk to you as soon as you can talk. And I thought something happened.
Right. Oh, shoot. That's bad.
So I immediately get on the phone with her and she goes, all right, I'm in. I was like, what do you mean you're in? What does that mean? She goes, I've only been using it for 3 days and people are asking me what I'm doing with that. My skin looks so amazing. So it just like started out of that conversation, and I started to just give it to my friends. And I started to give it to my friends, and Then I did a focus group because your friends care about you and they want you to do well. So they'll always say nice things about you or at least to your face. And so I got a focus group together of 30 women who were not afraid to tell me honestly how they felt.
Good.
They didn't know me all that well. And the feedback was basically, I really like it. And a number of them became customers and still use the product. And it just kind of
Took off.
Snowballed from there.
Wow.
I needed to do something with my life. And I'm like, hey, why not this?
The timing was right. And can I just say, if business doesn't always happen over lunch, we all know it. Everybody knows
True.
it. Best
True.
business is done over lunch.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
great.
been, yeah. So actually, my girlfriend who I had that conversation with, did I get refreshed? She just posted something on my Facebook page actually on Friday. So this is like 2 years since that conversation. And she's been consistently using the products for about a year and a half.
Okay.
Consistently. And a Facebook memory from 10 years ago came up and it was a picture of her. And she posted, she said, I've been using this for about 18 months now and I have less wrinkles now than I did 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
That is pretty amazing.
It speaks for itself. And that's what you, when in a product-based business, if you're selling a product, if it works, if it does what it says it's going to do and it's affordable, it will succeed. In my humble opinion, of course, I've never created a skincare line, but I've been in business for a long time and I've, seen businesses strive and I've seen them fail. I've seen them, do great. And that seems to be the magic formula in a product-based business is you just have to have a good product. Just if you say it's going to do X, Y, Z, it better do X, X, Y, Z plus. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? And if you do that, it will be a hit. I love that. And I love that you source everything yourself, that you control the process from start to finish. And all of your products are made with basically like as you can see, the only things that I really use, which is essential oils. And essential oils are, starting to become more and more well-known. I want to say the first time I heard about an essential oil was like 7 or 8 years ago.
I only have one product that actually uses essential oil.
Well, what else do you use?
Oils are a little different than I use what's referred to as a carrier oil, where the oils that I use are combined in a higher concentration. An essential oil you can only use very little. I use essential oils to up the efficacy.
Ooh.
It's what's referred to as carrier oils.
Okay, that's cool. I knew that. You know what? I have cedarwood, which I use as a carrier oil, but of course I don't balance anything right, so I'm probably.
It's a lot of research. Yes. A lot of research has gone into this.
I'm going to trust your research and not do my own. Trust me. I got time for that.
Fair enough. And I'm my own guinea pig. I mean, I have tried things that just didn't work and my skin has looked horrific.
Yeah.
So it comes with integrity. You have to do it with integrity.
Yeah.
You have to be honest about it because we're talking about somebody's face, what they show the world. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what that made me think of? I was actually thinking this before too. You only get one face, people.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're Joan Rivers, you only get one face. Okay. So if you're not taking care of this yet, you're going to regret not having started later. And here's my suggestion, my little zinger to that. Don't wait till you have wrinkles to take care of your skin. And this is a mistake I see a lot of women make. They start when they've like, now I have these deep wrinkles here and around my eyes or around my mouth, and now I've got to start playing catch up. I've been using skincare and taking good care of my skin for
since I was probably in my mid-20s before I saw the need for it, because, well, I was convinced by somebody else. You know what I mean? I'm glad that my friend convinced me that it was important, because it is. And now
It is.
I'm in my, my 30s-ish, 30s, somewhere in my 30s. And, I have people confuse me for my 20s all the time. And I'm like, I know, I'm frozen in time. So
Feels good, doesn't it?
yeah, and that's it. So like if you start younger and you maintain it, it's so much easier than going at the age of 45, now you're suddenly starting to use them and try to repair. It's much easier to prevent.
It is easier to prevent. I had to repair. I have a lot of repairing to do because I jumped on the bandwagon late. I jumped on the bandwagon when it was basically told to me that I was looking old in certain different little conversations and things. And I didn't think I looked old. I mean, I was in my late 40s. But yeah, I was starting to look old because when I realized that I don't have any pictures of myself in my 40s because I didn't like the way I photographed, I put two and two together and went, wait a minute.
Ooh.
Like in the way your skin looks for years, why is this making sense to you now?
Right. And disclaimer, you can love your face as it is. We're all going to age.
Right.
Absolutely. Nobody is going to escape aging, okay? J-Lo's on her way. We'll give it to J-Lo. Who knows what she does? Jennifer Aniston, they're like injecting stuff into themselves. So short of doing that, you're going to age eventually. And so you should just love yourself as you are. But part of that is like what you do, that self-care every Friday, doing that, just taking that time to love on your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, girl.
But also, our skin is not just this inanimate object. It is our first line of defense against the outside environment. It's an amazing living being. It's a system, just like our cardiovascular system, our digestive system. It is a system, and we need to keep it healthy. So it's not only a matter of getting rid of the appearance of wrinkles or lifting or toning or whatever, but it's also a matter of keeping your skin healthy.
Yeah.
As we age, your skin has the potential to get dry. Oily skin, dry skin, we all lose the natural sebum, which is the natural oils in our skin. So it's really a matter of keeping your skin healthy.
Exactly.
You can protect your body. With this whole COVID thing, everybody was talking about wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Hand sanitizer, which is drying. Nobody was talking about protecting your hands and moisturizing your hands, because when you get those little cracks in your hand because they're so dry, that's when bacteria can enter your body. Yeah. So
I got to do something.
It's a matter of inhaling it, talking to people, but you can also, if your skin has cracks, bacteria could get into your body through there. So it's a matter of really just keeping your body and your keeping your skin healthy.
This is the moment where I just realized my OCD is about to get kicked into high drive. Because I'm like,
sorry.
Wait a second. I'm looking at all the little tiny cracks in my hands now, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Moisturize.
Yeah, and I take care of my face, but I just thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I kind of ignore my hands and feet a little bit.
When I do a facial, I do my hands as well.
I have so much to learn from you.
On my hands.
You are the Obi-Wan Kenobi of skincare. I don't know if you knew that. Don't know if you knew that.
One of the first places that people can tell you're aging.
That's amazing. Donna, I have one last question for you.
Yes.
What is your number one piece of advice for a hopeful entrepreneur out there listening to the program today?
Wow. Well, I'm going to speak from a product perspective. Have a good product. Believe in your product. You have to believe 100% that you have a product that is going to work. You have to live, eat, and breathe that integrity. Because if you come at people with no integrity, they're going to see right through you.
Integrity. I agree. I feel like one of the things that I've changed in my personal life and my career, and I mean, people who are regular listeners have heard me say this: give more than you get. That's like, that's my number one, like, live by this motto is give more than you get. And it goes for in business, like you're saying, you know, have a good product, make your product even better than people thought it was going to be.
Right. Over deliver,
under promise every single time. And I love how you do business. I love you as a person. I think you're such an incredible woman. I love having you on here. I can't wait to see what happens for the future of Donna J Skincare. And if anybody wants to get into contact with her, information is right down below. You'll be able to see her website and business name. And if you want something delivered right to your door, she's got those all in place for you right on her website. Okay. And Donna, a pleasure as always, my girl. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. No, thank you. Happy Friday, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Friday.
Bye.